What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2019, and welcome to my comic book pull list. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. Now, if you're not already, please make sure you're following me here on the page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the subscribe button. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you head over and follow me over on YouTube. That's where I usually do most of my videos. Now, in case you don't already know, every single Wednesday is New Comic Book Day, so you should head out to your local comic book shop and check out what they have to offer. I know my local comic shop, Bases Cards and Comics, located here in Lancaster, California, has more than just comic books. They have action figures, posters, and all kinds of other good stuff. And they do like card tournaments and things there on the weekend. So if you're here on Facebook, you should go check them out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. Here we are back in Bases, Cards, and Comics. It is New Comic Book Day, so let's go ahead and we're running through the shop as always. You can see behind me, we got plenty of that cards. We got action figures up there on the wall, posters, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, look, even got Yoda. Yeah, it's New Comic Book Day, and let's go ahead and take a look at the issues that we have here for the week. Now, as I said, new comic books release every Wednesday at your local comic book shop, and also trade paperbacks. Trade paperbacks are where they collect 4, 5, 6 issues in one collected edition. Sometimes there are even more. Here, I am going over my comic book pull list for the week. And we're going to start off with Thanos issue number 2. Now, I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with this series. It is a new series, and it is only a 6-part series as far as I know. Now, I gotta say, the first issue was actually pretty good. We all know that Thanos is knuckin' futs, but let me tell you, in the first issue, he actually kind of went crazy. It was kind of a crazy read. And of course, we know his relationship with Gamora, and it seems like this is probably going into that just a little bit more. And I'm not sure if you can see right back there. I've got my poster up right there. So, from the first issue, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, moving on is the War of the Realms tie-ins. Got a couple of those today. Now, I'm not sure if you guys seen me a couple of weeks ago. I did talk about Spider-Man and the League of Realms. This is issue number 2. Now, I did like the first issue. It was pretty good. We kind of seen like Spider-Man is in charge of a little team, and they are going. They're actually sent on a mission to, we thought they were going to fight, and it seemed a little more like they were on a little bit more of a diplomatic mission, and I thought the issue was actually really cool. It was a little bit slow moving, it seemed a little slow moving, but the overall point of the issue was really good. I really can't wait to get into this issue, and like I said, and you guys know me, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan anyway, so we'll be getting into that probably on the Trailer Park Live on Friday. Now, the next issue I have, and you guys, I know what you're gonna say. I know what you guys are gonna say, because a couple of weeks ago, if you didn't watch Trailer Park Live, or my comic book pull list even last week where I talked about this a little more, I did have, there was an issue I didn't like so much, but sometimes when there's a train wreck, you gotta keep watching to see maybe what happens. I've certainly done it. I'm sure we've all sat through crappy movies before, but I went ahead and picked up War of the Realms tie-in Giant Man issue number 2, and I gotta tell you, I've read part of this book so far, and I gotta tell you, it does seem like it redeemed itself a little bit. So I won't say that I'm discontent yet with this second issue, but I do plan on still giving you all that review of issue number 1 and letting you know exactly what I didn't like about it. I didn't notice any of it here in the second book so far, but I guess we're soon gonna find out. Now, moving on, we got Spider-Man City at War issue number 3. Now, this is based on, as you can see there, the Gamerverse. This is based on the Spider-Man, the PS4 Spider-Man game, and it's a little bit more story than what was in the game. And so far we're getting mostly what is actually in the game, but apparently there is going to be more that's not just the game. So I'm looking forward to that, and I believe this is also a 6-issue series as well. So if you don't like going out and buying a whole bunch of comics, sometimes these little mini-series are perfect. And so far, the mini-series I've read in Marvel Comics, they're actually really good. Most of the mini-series I've read the Black Order. That mini-series was absolutely great. Black Widow, you guys have heard me flap my gums about that. Black Widow was probably the best series I've ever read. Moving on, we got Major X issue number 4. Now, this also, I believe, is only a 6-issue limited series as well. Again, Major X, I think it's pretty good. This is done by Rob Liefeld, and man, I gotta tell you, the first 3 issues were actually pretty good. And so I've got this one on my pull list, and we're gonna be reading it until the very end of the series. I also actually even got that right there. You can see I got the poster of Major X. That was the cover of Major X number 1, I believe. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But it has been a pretty good series, and I'll probably be doing a review on these books very soon as well. Now, moving on. Ooh, you guys know me, man. You guys know I love my Spider-Man, but it's Superior Spider-Man issue number 6. And I've got to tell you, man, I absolutely love Doc Ock as a Superior Spider-Man. It works. I don't know why, it just works. The last couple of issues were really good. There was one of them that was actually really touching to see, and I can't wait to get into this. I'm glad this one's just a monthly mag, because I look forward to this one every single time. Great issue, well written. Christos Gage is doing a really good job with that book. I'm telling you, you guys know me. You can see the shirt. It is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 22. This is the last of the Hunted series. Now take a look at that cover right there. I just thought that cover was great. I went with the variant cover instead of the regular cover, because I mean, that Spider-Punk issue, it's just a sick cover. Now, like I said, this is the conclusion of the Hunted, and I really can't wait to get into this book. Nick Spencer has been doing a great job with Amazing Spider-Man in the first place. If you haven't caught any of my previous videos, or if you're not currently reading the Amazing Spider-Man and you have read him, I guess sometime in the recent past, he kind of took on a little role of Iron Man, really. I mean, he essentially became Iron Man. He was head of Parker Industries. He was, the genius billionaire philanthropist, basically. And I don't know. I won't say, I read some of those issues, and I won't say that they're terrible. But to me, it's not the Spider-Man that I'm used to. I'm used to that classic Spider-Man where he's a kid, the Hat Man. He's just a young man that has a whole bunch of problems, and he just has a whole bunch of superpowers that helps him do good things. I think that's something that's appealing to Spider-Man for all of us. He's just kind of an everyday dude. He probably reminds you of you and me. So moving on. Got some of Marvel's Greatest Creators, issue number 1. This is Silver Surfer reprint. I believe this was from Silver Surfer issue number 51. And this was an Infinity Gauntlet time crossing. You can see over there is a crossover for the Infinity Gauntlet. Can't wait to get into that one. Actually, I've never really read Silver Surfer, so it should be pretty good. Moving on, I have another Marvel's Greatest Creators, Web of Spider-Man. This is a reprint of issue number 31 of the Web of Spider-Man. Now I actually know this series, I believe, kicked off back in the 80s, and this one is Craven's Last Hunt, which is kind of crazy because, Craven is kind of what's been going on in the Amazing Spider-Man series right now, and also if you've been reading Spider-Man Life Story, he actually just made an appearance in the last issue as well. So I can't really wait to get into these issues and see what they have to offer. Because, like I said, I don't have this particular issue of Web of Spider-Man. I actually did dig out a few issues to show you guys that I have from when I was a kid of Web of Spider-Man. I've actually got a few of the issues right here for you all to check out. I'll go over these really quick. Like I've got this is Web of Spider-Man issue number 3. See that there on the cover with Adrian Toomes. Got him on there with Vulture, and then the next one was Web of Spider-Man. That's issue number 11 there. Got that one as well. The other one I've got Web of Spider-Man issue number 14. And I know that when I was a kid, I had more of these issues when I was younger. It's just, it's hard to say. I'm sure my mom didn't keep all my stuff from when I was a kid, but she sure did keep some of it. And like I said, that last issue was issue number 31, and I believe this is issue number 34, which I believe is somehow tied in to that number 31. I think they said that was actually the kickoff of like a little mini arc in the Web of Spider-Man, like a 5 or 6 issue arc. So I don't know, I guess I'll read those and we'll find out. So that's all I have for my new comic books this week. So thank you all for watching this pull list. Now, in case you are watching this video here on Facebook, I am going to actually start premiering my comic book pull list here on Facebook, and then it will also be available on YouTube. I figured I need to do something a little bit more for my followers, the people that follow me here on Facebook. I got plenty of friends who spend more time on Facebook than they do on YouTube, so I figured, and it was an idea that I got from another one of my viewers saying, hey, you should do this on Facebook. So I was like, you know what, that's actually a great idea. Since there's like a million people that do comic book pull lists here on YouTube, I figured that I would start doing it on Facebook, and then it will also be available to all my viewers on YouTube as well, but it will be premiering on Facebook first. So like I said, that's all I have for these comic book issues. And in case this is your first time here, like I said, I do a live show every single Friday night called the Trailer Park Live at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check your local listings and make sure you tune in. I usually go over my comic books that I pulled for the week, a few of them. I talk about them a little more in depth. And then we go in and we talk about just some of the news and rumors from the week regarding music, movies, and comic books, just things like that. And it's usually a pretty good time to start to go over with the live chats, have people showing up, and it's always a great time when you guys show up and interact on that show. And I do realize for some of you, if you're on the East Coast or even other parts of the world, it may be too late for you to show up, and I totally understand that. We do usually have that show here for you to watch all the time over there on YouTube. So again, thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell so you get notifications anytime we have uploaded new content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, make sure you share it with a friend and tell them to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Marvel. You all have a very good rest of your week. Happy reading, and we'll see you on Friday on the Trailer Park Live. Take it easy. Peace.